Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the Fellowship trick-taking game. In this video, we are moving on to Chapter 9. This one is a difficult one. It introduces a new chapter win con mechanic, and it is quite a lot to deal with, but we're going to get through it, and I'm going to show you how. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Chapter 9. With his last failing senses, Frodo heard cries, and it seemed to him that he saw, beyond the riders that hesitated on the shore, a shining figure of white light, and behind it ran small shadowy forms waving flames that flared red in the gray mist that was falling over the world. Chapter 9. Flight to the Ford. Characters: Glorfindel, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Strider, Bill the Pony. Threat: Black Riders 1 through 4. Victory: Long, finish all characters. Setup: use Glorfindel each round. Use Frodo just once. Follow the instructions for the Flight to the Ford event on the 9 card. The 9. There were 9 riders at the water's edge below, and Frodo's spirit quailed before the threat of their uplifted faces. He knew of nothing that would prevent them from crossing as easily as he had done, and he felt that it was useless to try to escape over the long, uncertain path from the ford to the edge of Rivendell, if once the riders crossed. The 9. Flight to the Ford event. Setup: when choosing characters, take the associated Black Rider card. Frodo receives the Witch King, Merry the Black Breath, Pippin the Wraith, Strider the Unseen, Sam the Terror. Glorfindel and Bill the Pony do not receive a special threat card. All right, so we are pretty much good to start Chapter 9. One thing you're going to notice right off the bat, if you've been following my playthrough, I already have the board set up. Now, I'll explain why that is in a moment, but first we have a lot of characters to introduce. So first let's introduce the characters, and then we'll talk about the win con for this chapter and why I have things pre-set up. So we might as well begin with our new characters. First, we have Glorfindel, Elf Lord. Win con: win every Shadows card 1 through 8. Setup: add the Lost card to your hand. Exchange with every character simultaneously. Lead the first trick. We also have Bill the Pony, Sturdy. Win con: win exactly 1 trick. Setup: exchange 1 card with Sam and 1 card with Frodo simultaneously. Now, you'll see a couple new cards on the board as well, and those are going to be some more ring wraiths that we were introduced to earlier in the game, but we're going to have more of them now. So we've already seen Merry's, which is the Black Breath, and we've already seen Frodo's, the Witch King. So a couple more. We have Black Rider, Terror. Setup or condition: you cannot lead with Hills cards. If you are forced to lead with a Hills card, you lose the round. He is going to be attached to Sam. Now we also have Black Rider Unseen. His condition: your threat card is kept face down and secret until you complete your goal. Now normally, as per the 9 setup, he would be attached to Strider, but when you look in the rulebook under the chapter specific questions, if you're playing solo mode, Strider does not get this attachment. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside. We won't need it. Finally, our last new card is going to be Black Rider, Wraith. Condition: you cannot exchange or be exchanged with. And this will be attached to Pippin. Now, let's talk a little bit about why I have the board pre-set up. In every chapter so far, you'll notice that the win condition was victory short, finish the chosen characters. In Chapter 9, this is our first occurrence of the long victory condition. And you can read about this in the rulebook, but to complete the chapter, we need to win with every character listed, and there's going to be 7 of them. Now, the main thing here is the mandatory character Glorfindel. He needs to be used both times, or in every round that you play. So for this first round, we have Glorfindel and 3 characters. Once we win this, we're not done with the chapter. We need to deal a second round. We need to once again use Glorfindel and then ideally we need to use the 3 characters that we haven't used yet. Now you can read in the rules, and it does say that, you know, if you need to play more than 2 rounds so that you don't get stuck with only the characters that have left to win, you can do that. But for these videos, because I don't want these videos to go on for super long, I'm going to attempt to do 3 characters, be done with them, and then the other 3 characters. So I've kind of chosen them in a specific way to try to accomplish that goal in the easiest way possible. And then another thing, and this will come down to your play preference, when you're playing long, you can either choose, say I won this first round and then I dealt my second round and I lost. You can either say, okay, I've already won the first round, that will never go away, I'll redeal the second round and just keep trying. Or you can try to do all of them perfectly. So round 1 win, round 2 win. And if you lose round 2, then you have to start all the way back from scratch. I'm not gonna go that route because I'm making videos and I don't have the time and don't want these videos to stretch on for super long. So for mine, if I win chapter 1 and then lose, or sorry, if I win round 1 and then lose round 2, I'm just going to redeal round 2 and keep going until I win. Now, all that to say, the reason I've pre-dealt my board is that when we have long conditions, you can already tell the videos are gonna run longer than they normally would. So I'm trying to kind of cut back where I can. In every video before this, you've seen me deal the lost card, deal out the cards, you've seen me do setup from scratch, and you've also seen me do character assignment. I'm going to kind of eliminate that from these videos just to save some time. So I've gone ahead and already pre-dealt out the board. I have everything ready to go. You're just gonna, have to trust that I've, if you've come to watch this channel, I have some integrity when I make these videos. You're gonna have to trust that I dealt out the cards honestly. Also, I usually talk through my thinking of assigning characters. I've assigned characters beforehand, and when I start, I'll just give you a brief walkthrough during setup of why I chose these specific characters. So, Frodo, Pippin, and Bill the Pony, I did not choose them for round 1, so I'm gonna set them out of the game for now. We have our threat deck right here, we have our 9 card, we have our lost card, we have our main deck. We're pretty much good to go. So let's go ahead and go through setup. Glorfindel, I chose him because he needs to win every Shadows card. This top hand has the highest Shadow card, which is good for him, and it also has the 1 ring, so that's the trump card, probably best for him to have it in this case, since Frodo's not in this round. Merry I put here because he needs to win 1 or 2 tricks, so I thought this was a relatively even balanced hand because this 7's gonna have to go to Glorfindel, which would leave Merry with at least an 8, so that's pretty good. Strider, we don't know what he's going for, either a lot of tricks or not a lot of tricks based on what the threat card is. So I left his kind of in the middle, more on the lower side. And then Sam, he has to win a Hills card based on whatever threat card we draw for him. And so my main thinking here was Merry is a character that we have to watch the amount of tricks he wins. Sam, he can win a lot of tricks and Glorfindel can win a lot of tricks. So just in case we get the chance where Strider needs to win few tricks, I didn't want to choose someone like Pippin or Bill the Pony where all of my characters were going to have low number of tricks. I needed at least 2 characters that could be, just dump wins onto them with no consequence. So that was my thinking. All we have left to do is setup. And remember, Merry, we've attached the necessary Black Riders here. And remember, for solo, Aragorn doesn't get one. Merry, from previous chapter, he cannot win any rank 8 cards. So looking at his hand, he has a rank 8 card. So I'm going to go ahead and go through setup and then save my 1 exchange for last. So Glorfindel, add the lost card to his hand. So we'll put the lost card there and then his exchange. Merry just has an exchange. Strider has draw a threat card and then choose more or fewer. So I will give these a quick shuffle. And we have 3. So Strider, he either has to win more than 3 or less than 3. And because Glorfindel has to be winning a lot, I'm going to say fewer. So Strider's win con here is to win either 0, 1, or 2 tricks. Now Sam, for his, he'll draw his own threat card. So I'll go ahead and shuffle these 3. And then the 4. So Sam gets the 4 Black Rider. So Sam's win con is going to be to win the 4 of Hills, which is currently not on the board. And then he gets to do his exchange. So that is now our main setup. We'll get to do our 1 exchange. And what I'm seeing here is Mary gets to exchange with either Frodo, Sam, or Pippin. In this case, only Sam. And remember, Mary cannot win any 8s. And I see an 8 right here, which makes me nervous. So I want to give that high card to Sam. And in return, I want to keep this shadow here so I can give it to Glorfindel. I want to get Mary at least 1 higher card. So let's give him the 6 of Forest, because he does need to win at least 1 trick. So that's our setup. We did the Mary exchange, and we are now good to start. So Glorfindel will lead the first trick, and I think we are good. Oh, I'll take this. That was just to show that he was mandatory, and now we're good to officially start. So we have everything going. Mary can't win 8s. Sam cannot lead with a Hills card, otherwise we lose. So looking at this first board, Sam needs to win the 4 of Hills that's not currently out, and just kind of looking, I could lead with Hills and automatically get, I could lead with Hills and get Glorfindel a win and also get Glorfindel a shadow, which might be the move. Or I can lead with Shadow, get a bunch of shadows. That might be good. Let's first lead with Hills, because that will also get some of the higher Hills cards out of play, which could help Sam later on. Trying to think if that's the wise call. I think not. I think let's actually lead with the 8 of Shadows. So Glorfindel will play the 8. Mary will play the 7. Strider will play the 2. And Sam will play the 5. So Glorfindel will win that first trick, and all of them are shadows. So already Glorfindel is halfway to his goal. Okay, and we will lead or deal out our new round of cards. There's another shadow for him. And the 4 of Hills is still not on the board. So now, if I lead with Forests, I can... There's not really anything good that happens there. So now let's lead with Hills. So Glorfindel will play his 8 of Hills. Mary does not have a hill, so let's get rid of a shadow. That helps Glorfindel here. Strider, remember Strider doesn't want to win really any tricks, so let's go ahead and just play his highest card. And then Sam has the 2 of Hills. So Glorfindel, oh wait, I misplayed there. Strider has to play a hill. Sorry about that. So Glorfindel played 8 of hill. Mary didn't have a hill, so we got rid of a shadow. Strider has a hill, so he'll have to play his 3, and then Sam will play his 2. So Glorfindel will once again win, and that will get him the 5th trick that he needs. And yeah, all right. Next round of cards. Glorfindel's on a winning streak right now. Now remember, we do need to get Mary at least 1 win. You don't want to forget about that. So now the 4 of Hills is still not on the board. If I were to lead with a forest, everyone has a playable forest. Nothing really benefits me there. If I led with the 4 of Mountains, however, then I could get Mary his win just to get it out of the way. Or I can play this mountain, but that also, if I play this, if I lead with the mountain, no, he'd have to, yeah. So I think what we want to do is get Mary out of the way. So Glorfindel will lead with the 4 of mountains. Mary, let's just get rid of his highest card, the 6 of mountains. Strider, let's get rid of his highest card, the 5 forest. And then Sam has an option here, so Sam will play the 3 of mountains, keep his 8 for later, and Mary will win this trick, and then we just want to make sure that he's not winning any 8 cards, and that's true. So Mary will win his first trick. That will satisfy his win con. We'll put the ring on him, and we're good to deal. And still no rings cards have been played. But now all the rings cards are on the board, and the 4 of hills is still missing. So, Mary's going to lead this trick. He could play a shadow, and then we could use the trump card to win that shadow, but I don't think that's the smartest move. We could lead with forests and let Glorfindel win. I still can't get rings cards into play. If I led with a mountain, I could, but I kind of want to keep Sam's highest card just to be safe. So I think that might be the move. So let's play Mary's 7 of forest. Strider will play the 4. Sam will play the 2, and Glorfindel will play the 8. So Glorfindel will win that trick. So we'll put this here, and now we'll just kind of get, there's that 4 of hills we were looking for, but unfortunately we don't have a way to win it just yet. Oh wow, never mind, that was the luckiest draw. Sam got the highest hill remaining, so that was insanely lucky. Otherwise, we were going to have to hold on to that. So I could, just to go through options, rings still aren't leadable. Mary does not have a hill, so the only thing we couldn't give up is the shadow card. If we played the mountain, however, nope, yeah, I think that's the move. Let's get Sam's win con out of the way. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think that's good. So Glorfindel will lead with the 4 of hills. Mary does not have a hill, but we don't want to give up the shadow here, so let's just give up his highest card. Strider has a hill, so he'll play that. And then Sam has a hill, and he'll play that. And he's not leading with it, so we're fine. So Sam will win that, and he'll get the 4 of hills. I'm going to put that here just because I'm kind of running out of space. And then that will be the trick that he won. So Sam has satisfied his win con. And see, this is where you'd have to be careful because Sam can't lead with hills. And if you're forced to lead with hills, you lose. So like right now, Sam has 2 rings that still aren't playable. So pretend this was a hill and then pretend he got dealt another hill. We'd be forced to lead with that and we'd be screwed. So now we will deal out our final 4 cards. And there, yeah, there we go. There's that hill that we don't want to lead with. So all the cards are now on the board. What really matters here is we need to get Glorfindel these 3 shadow cards. And that's pretty much it, as long as he can win those. So looking at Sam's hand, we only have one option here, and that's to play the 8 of mountains. And actually, we're pretty limited because watch what I do here. So, Sam won the last trick, so Sam will lead this one. Sam only has one option, lead with the 8 of mountains. Glorfindel would then have to play a mountain or a trump card, because if he plays a mountain, so if Glorfindel plays a mountain right now, Sam will automatically win this trick. And then if we look at Sam's hand, he'd be forced to lead with a hills and we would lose because rings aren't playable and we can't play Strider's ring because he does have a mountain. So that's actually our only option here. We have to play the trump card. which is a little nerve-wracking because now that trump card would have come in handy to possibly win a shadow if we really needed it, which we might end up doing, but oof, yeah, this is, I don't know how this will play out. Let's see. Sam leads with the 8 of Mountain. Glorfindel will play the trump card. Mary will play his 5 of Mountain. Oh, I think we might be good. Thank God. Because we're going to get rid of all the mountains. And then Strider will play the 2 of Mountain. So, Glorfindel will win this trick because he played the trump card. There's no shadows in it. But now we can play rings. Or wait, yeah. We can play rings because the trump card was played. And now all we need to do is make sure that Glorfindel wins the remaining shadows. And if I look at this, I don't want to give Sam control. I can play my 1 of Mountain. Yeah, to get immediately 2 shadows. I think that's the move. So I'll play the 1 of Mountain. Mary doesn't have a mountain, so he'll play a shadow. Strider doesn't have a mountain, so he'll play a shadow. Sam does not have a mountain, and I just need to make sure Sam can't possibly win anything off so that he's forced to lead with this Hills card, because I want to get rid of his ring card here, because that's the one that can beat Glorfindel. So let me just make sure. If I do that, Glorfindel's going to win. He can lead with a shadow to win that. He can lead with a ring. I think that's fine. So Sam does not have a mountain, so he'll play the 5 of rings. Glorfindel will win that trick because he's the only one that played a mountain. We'll get 2 more shadows. So that was insanely lucky. Glorfindel's still leading. I'm going to just kind of consolidate our cards right here. And now, if Glorfindel leads with the shadow, because he has to win that, so Glorfindel will lead with the shadow. No one else has a shadow, so Mary will play his high card, Strider will play his high card, Sam will play his high card. Get rid of that. I think we're good. So Glorfindel has now won all 8 rings. That's his win con, and there's only 1 hand left to play. So Glorfindel will play the 4 of rings. 3, 1, 3. Glorfindel will win the final trick. And now, if we look at our board, Glorfindel, he won shadow card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He won all 8 shadow cards. He's good. Mary won only 1 trick, and there is no 8s in it. So Mary's good. Strider drew the 3 black rider. We chose fewer, so he had to win either 0, 1, or 2 tricks. He won 0, so Strider's good. And Sam had to win the 4 of Hills because that was the threat card number that we drew. He won that, and he never once led with a Hills card. So he's good. So there we go. That is the first round. Normally we would say we're done and we beat chapter 9, but now I'll have to deal out a new hand, assign our remaining characters, and hope that we can still win. All right, so we've gone ahead and dealt out part 2 of chapter 9. Little tougher here. I've already lost this one twice, and I'm not too confident about the starting hand here, but to walk you through what we have, Frodo's got to win all the rings. He starts with the 1 ring versus in, the first part of the chapter, Frodo wasn't here, so anyone could start with the 1 ring. Bill has to win exactly 1 trick, and he has 2 rings that I can hopefully get to Frodo since Bill can't be winning a lot anyway. And then Pippin has the lowest, just all-out low hand, which is really good because Pippin has to win the fewest tricks or tied for the fewest tricks. And since Bill can only win 1, that means Pippin can only win 1 or 0. And then Glorfindel has to win all the shadow cards. Now, right now, there's no shadow cards out, which makes it a little tough, but it's not the end of the world. So, looking at this starting hand. I think the exchange I want to do is between Bill and Frodo. The question is, first, our only thing I've set up is the lost card goes to Glorfindel's hand, so he'll get the Two of Mountains. So the thing that makes me nervous here is I could give Frodo a ring card in exchange for the hill. I could lead with hills, have him win, and then that could be helpful. Or I could give him a shadow card just to have something to give to Glorfindel. And then I could get Frodo some rings cards right off the bat. That might be the move. So let's... Glorfindel has the highest mountain and forest, so that's good. What do I want to take from Frodo here? I guess I need Frodo to hold on to at least one high card just in case. So I'm going to give Frodo the Two of Shadows. And in return, I'm going to take the Seven of Hills. Because I think I want Frodo to win this first trick. So, what I'm thinking... Well, hold on. Let's think about that. Maybe I want to give the 8. Because my plan is to lead with a forest card to get Frodo the win right away, get him a ring, get rings playable. That seems pretty solid. So let's... But then I also want... If Bill has the highest hill card, is that good or bad? Yeah, that's tricky. Because he could play that. He could lead with rings, let Frodo do something with that. All right, let's try what we were going for. So, Two of Shadow, Bill's gonna take the Seven of Hills. We're good to start. Only difference here is Glorfindel's gonna lead the first trick instead of Frodo. That's the only contradiction on Frodo's card for this chapter. It says that in the rule book under chapter specific questions. So we are now good to begin. Glorfindel. You know what? This whole time I was, This whole time I was thinking that Frodo was going to lead. So that actually does alter my approach a little bit. Do I still want to make that exchange? Because if Glorfindel leads with a hill, Frodo would win it, which could get rings playable right away. Okay, so that could be good. And then doesn't risk us losing a shadow card. I think that works. So our exchange here is going to be, instead of taking one of Frodo's hills, I need Bill to be able to play a forest card. So what happens if I do this? So now, I think that's a better position, right? Yeah, let's find out. So Glorfindel's gonna lead with the 6 of Hills. Frodo will play the 8 of Hills. Bill doesn't have a hill, so he'll play the 5, which makes rings playable early on, which is good. And then Pippin only has the 3. So Frodo will win that trick. He'll win a ring out of it, and he'll still get to hold on to his trump card. So that will go here. Just making sure I didn't give any shadows away. Yeah, okay. Because Glorfindel needs to win all the shadows. So we'll deal out another hand. There's a high mountain card. Oh, that's actually really good that Bill's winning all these, or getting all these rings, because Bill needs to lose anyway. I mean, he needs to win one trick, but... okay, so still not a lot of shadows on board, which isn't good for Glorfindel. If I lead with a hill, then I can get Frodo another ring. If I lead with a mountain, I can still get Frodo a ring, or I can steal the win with Glorfindel. What's the move there? I think I want to just kind of focus on getting Frodo the rings while we can. So let's lead with a hill. So we'll play a hill. Bill doesn't have a hill, so he'll play that. Pippin will just get rid of his highest card, and then Glorfindel has a hill, so he'll play that. So Frodo will win that trick, which will give him a second ring. And again, he can't lead with rings, but he still has the trump card, which is good. Ooh, there's a shadow that we're gonna... How are we gonna get that to Glorfindel? That could be problematic. Okay, so Frodo is still leading. He cannot lead with the ring. He cannot lead with the shadow, because then Bill's gonna win it. Yeah, that's tough. He can, however, lead with a mountain and let Glorfindel... Oh, yeah, that's how we can get rid of it. So, Frodo will play his... Yeah, what one do I want to get rid of here? He'll play his 3, I'm thinking. Let's do the 7. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. Because Bill still needs to win a trick. Yeah, let's go with that. So Frodo's going to lead with the 7 of mountains. Bill does not have that, and we're planning on getting Glorfindel this win. So Bill will play his 8 of shadows. Pippin, he does have a mountain, so he'll play that. And Glorfindel also has a mountain, so he'll play that. So Glorfindel will win that trick, and we're able to get him one of the mountains that he needs. So that's good. All right, deal out some new cards. Another shadow on board. All right. All right, Glorfindel got another shadow there. So, unfortunately, I don't think we have anything to get... we don't have a way to get him the 6 yet. Because if I led with one of these shadows, Bill would win. If I lead with a mountain, then Frodo would win. And if I did that, we could get Frodo another ring. Or if I lead with a forest, then we could get Glorfindel another shadow. Let's try that, because we might be able to do it twice. So Glorfindel will play the 8 of forests. Frodo will play a shadow. Bill will play a 7 of forest, and then Pippin will play the 6 of forest. That way Glorfindel still has the highest forest on board. So Glorfindel will win that trick. He'll get another shadow. Keep it there. Deal out some more cards. Ooh, good. Keep those coming. And what do we have here? Ooh, oh, that was very good. So that will allow us to get rid of that, and then Glorfindel will still have the highest shadow card on board. Have we played? Yeah, the 8 of shadows has been played. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, okay. That's really good. I'm kind of just looking at the forest to see if it's worth playing that yet. So let's see. If I lead with the 7, I can get rid of... But Bill also still does have to win at least one trick. So I'm kind of thinking, what if I let him win this mountain right now, just to be safe? Yeah, that might be... I don't want to wait too long for that, because then I can lead with the shadow and still come back to Glorfindel. I think that's good. So Glorfindel will play the 2 of mountains. Frodo will play the 3. Bill will play the 4. And Pippin will get rid of his highest card. So Bill will win that trick. I think that's going to be okay. So Bill's won exactly one trick. Bill will lead the next trick. We'll deal out another hand. Ooh, there's... Okay, that's really good that he got that ring. Oh, these are the last 4 cards. So now all the cards are on board. So we just need to make sure we can get Glorfindel all the shadows and Frodo all the rings. And he still has that trump card. So if... I'm a little worried about Glorfindel because there's only 4 hands left to play. So Pippin's not really a threat at all right now. Pippin has been dealt very luckily. So if Bill led with a rings card, we could play Frodo's trump card. Frodo would win it. Then we can just lead with a shadow, get all the rest of the shadows. I think we have it. So just to talk this through, if Bill leads with a ring, Frodo can play the trump card. Pippin won't risk losing a shadow, neither will Glorfindel. Frodo will satisfy his win con. Frodo can then lead with a 2 of shadows. Bill will play the 6. Glorfindel will play the 7. He'll win. Glorfindel will then lead with a 5, win the rest of them. I think we got it. I think we got it. So Bill will lead 3 of rings. Pippin, just get rid of his high card. Glorfindel will get rid of his 5 of forests. Frodo will play the trump card to win that trick. So Frodo now has all 4 rings that he needed. So his win con satisfied. And then Frodo's going to lead the next trick. So Frodo will play the 2 of shadow. Bill will play the 6 of shadow. Pippin will play a high card. Glorfindel will play the 7 of shadow. So he'll win that trick. And now Glorfindel takes this. He's going to lead the next trick. So he will play the 5 of shadow. Frodo will play the 1. Bill will play the 4. Pippin will play the 2. So Glorfindel will win again. So that's 2 there. And finally, Glorfindel leads the final trick. He'll play a shadow. Frodo will play that. Bill will play that. Pippin will play that. Oh my gosh. I think that does it. Glorfindel finishes with 1 card. Let's go ahead and make sure we didn't violate any rules. So Frodo, he won 4 rings. And he never led with a ring, so he's good. Bill won exactly 1 trick, so he's good. Pippin won 0 tricks, which means he won the fewest tricks, so Pippin is good. And Glorfindel, he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He won all 8 shadow cards. He has satisfied his win con. That was a hard one. I lost that one twice before this one. It really came down to some good cards being dealt. I was really risky with my opening hand, but it just paid off with luck. So chapter 9 is now done. Whew, sigh of relief. We can move on. All right, there you go. Chapter 9 finished. We were able to get through our first long victory condition. We made it through with every character, and it was pretty difficult. The first part I won on my first try. The second part took me 3 tries, so definitely got exhausting towards the end, but we were able to make it through. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I will see you in Chapter 10.